The point of the reoccurring is really set up to get that customer on ongoing thing. And once they were doing it, what they were doing is they were getting spontaneous carpet cleaning. And instead, they could find like hotels or things like that, and they could set them up for monthly payments, so they could pay them a monthly fee to come in and clean, and then they could see that was predictable income, and then those people had it set up automated and automatically done, and so their place was clean, the economics were there, they got a better use of or savings on their spend, and then on top of that, those people had a reoccurring revenue for their business.
Yeah, and I think that, it not creating this not only creates a more valuable company, but it also has a more predictable company with predictable cash flow. And when you have predictable cash flow, it's not chop down this tree, chop down this tree, chop down this tree, and then constantly having to look for business. You know how many people you need to hire because you already know on schedule, we've already got this many people.
What we realized was some of the things that were like, what was it, like not schools, but like
Hotels,
hotels, and
five-star hotels.
they all ordered flowers on an ongoing. So once he went back and looked at the books of the company he acquired, he realized he could go in and set them up on reoccurring, and so that they could deliver them, put it on schedule, knew what to deliver, and then had that monthly reoccurring revenue. So that gave him a basis for his business. It also got him to get away from losing waste, right? Because those companies were throwing away a lot of flowers and things like that. So now they knew exactly what to order. So that allowed them to now be able to give them a better economic number as well.
There's a HVAC business that every 6 months they come and replace your furnace filters. Well, guess what? When you need a new furnace or when you need a new HVAC, since they and they're, I think they charge like $100 or $200 a year. That's it. But they're doing that so that, yes, they make a little bit of money on that. It's just extra money. But guess what? When you need a new furnace, when you need a new HVAC, who are you going to call? The guy who you've already built a relationship, who comes out every 6 months to replace that filter. But
So
also for the recurring revenue every single month. The amount that the company gets in recurring is valued. If an M&A, if someone wanted to come in and buy your company, that is valued 3 times the amount. And the money that they're putting in, that's only 0.75.
When we were talking about this, the guy was saying, he said, I was sitting there and he's out of Atlanta, and he said, look, we were the installers for those. And he said, and we went to go look at it. They said they were going to pay, we could sell it for 3 times EBITDA. He said, these other guys were getting 6 times revenue for the service. He said, so we just, or for the maintenance side of it. And so he said, instead of the install, we're going to take over the service, the ongoing service. So they added that and bolt on because it was worth more to build that than it was the other. And he had built a $25 million revenue business.
You could say, hey, we offer you, a 24-hour turnaround time. If you want to have a 2-hour turnaround time where we respond in 2 hours, especially in like tax season service, you have an issue, I know I would pay that extra money
monthly. That's what Salesforce did. For when your stuff broke down, they had you pay a concierge service so that you could jump to the front of the line, and then they would get back to you within an hour. The customer acquisition cost and the lifetime value of a customer. Those two things are the most important thing you're going to need to scale and grow your business, because that's the difference. When I was talking about operating capital coming in, I know that if I want to grow the cost and the acquisition of more customers, I'm going to put in more money to acquire more customers. And I'm going to do that based on what I know each of those customers is worth over the lifetime of having that customer. And so those two things, if I was going to add anything else to this, it'd be figure those numbers out. If you don't know how to figure those out, I'm happy to help you.
Even if you go, I don't want to sell for 5 years, I don't want to sell for 10 years, that's fine. But you don't know what's going to happen. Life changes on a dime. And we want to help you exit so that you are not leaving on a drudge, you're leaving on a dream.